You look for happiness in wealth, in love, in success, in recognition. You chase it as one chases the wind, believing it is something to be found, something to be gained. But tell me, have you ever truly caught it? Has it ever remained with you, unshaken, unchanging? The truth is, happiness that depends on the world is as fleeting as a shadow at sunset. It comes and goes, appearing when conditions are favorable and vanishing when they change. One moment you feel joy, the next moment sorrow. One day you are praised, the next day criticized. And so you remain trapped, tossed by the waves of life, never truly at peace. But I tell you this, true happiness is not found outside of you. It is not in wealth, nor in relationships, nor in achievements. True happiness is already within you, waiting to be uncovered, like a hidden jewel buried beneath the dust of desires and worries. If you wish to find lasting peace, you must stop searching for happiness in things that change. Instead, turn inward and learn to cultivate the happiness that cannot be shaken. A young man once came to the Buddha, troubled by the suffering he saw in the world. "Master," he said, "I seek happiness, yet everywhere I look, I see pain, loss, and disappointment. How can I be happy in such a world?" The Buddha smiled and picked up a small lamp that was burning nearby. "Tell me," he said, "if I take this lamp into a dark cave, does the darkness put out its light?" The young man shook his head. "No, Master, the lamp continues to shine." "Indeed," said the Buddha, "just as the darkness of the cave cannot extinguish the flame, the suffering of the world cannot extinguish the happiness that arises from within. True happiness does not depend on the world. It depends on the state of your own mind. So, how do we cultivate this happiness? How do we discover this inner peace that remains steady no matter what happens around us? The path is simple, yet it requires practice, patience, and understanding. First, understand the nature of desire. Most suffering comes from grasping, wanting things to be a certain way, clinging to pleasures, fearing loss. You must see clearly that all things are impermanent. The things you crave today may bring joy for a moment, but soon they change, and the same joy turns to sorrow. A new possession brings excitement, but soon you grow tired of it. A loved one brings happiness, but attachment brings fear of loss. The mind that clings will always suffer. Let go, and you will be free. A monk once held a glass before his disciples and said, "To me, this glass is already broken. I drink from it, I appreciate it, but I do not cling to it. When it falls and shatters, I do not grieve, because I have already accepted its impermanence." This is the way to happiness. Enjoy life, but do not cling. Love, but do not possess. Appreciate, but do not expect. When you understand this, suffering falls away, and happiness arises naturally. Second, practice mindfulness. Most people are lost in thoughts, regrets of the past, worries for the future, endless desires that never bring peace. But happiness is only found in the present moment. Sit quietly and observe your breath. Feel the air entering and leaving your body. Listen to the sounds around you. Look at the world with fresh eyes, as if seeing it for the first time. When you are truly present, you will realize that nothing is lacking. In this moment, you have all that you need. The Buddha once asked his disciples, "Where do you find happiness? In the past that is gone, in the future that has not come, or in this very moment?" They were silent. The Buddha smiled and said, "The only place happiness can be found is now. Do not waste your life chasing the illusion of happiness elsewhere." Third, cultivate compassion. True happiness does not come from taking, but from giving. When your heart is filled with kindness, you do not suffer. When you see others with love rather than judgment, you do not feel separate from them. The more you give, the more joy you feel. The more you serve, the lighter your heart becomes. A man once asked the Buddha, "What is the fastest way to find happiness?" The Buddha replied, "Forget yourself and help others." When you stop thinking only of your own suffering and begin to ease the suffering of others, your own burdens become light. A heart filled with love has no room for sorrow. And finally, practice gratitude. The mind is always searching for what is missing, always thinking, I will be happy when I have this, when I achieve that. But the wise person sees that happiness is already here. Every breath is a gift. Every moment of peace, every meal, every sunrise, every kindness received. These are treasures beyond measure. If you wish to be happy, do not chase after more. Instead, open your eyes to the abundance already present in your life. A wise monk once said, happiness is not found in having everything, but in being grateful for everything you have. When you wake in the morning, smile and give thanks. When you eat, appreciate the food. When you walk, feel gratitude for your body. The more you practice gratitude, the more happiness will fill your heart. So, dear seeker, if you wish to create happiness within, do not search for it in the world. Let go of grasping, and your suffering will end. Be present, and you will see that joy is always here. Give to others, and your heart will overflow with peace. Be grateful, and you will discover that happiness was never missing. It was simply waiting to be seen. The world will always change. People will come and go. Pleasures will rise and fade. But the happiness you cultivate within, this no one can take from you. This no storm can shake. It is yours always. And when you find it, you will walk through life with a lightness, a peace, and a joy that nothing can disturb. This is the path of inner happiness. Walk it well, and you will never be lost.